pleasure to be amongst the many Black faces and the white allies that I see here. I've been here since the event started, and I'm so grateful to be opportuned to speak. For those who don't know who I am a law lecturer, also doing 2 PhDs, one in law and one in politics, and I'll be finishing in December this year, hopefully. Yes, I wanted to talk about the immediate aftermath of, having experienced racism. And I suppose I should start with my own experience, having been here since I was 7, I'm now 29, so quite a number of years. And I know I was scheduled to be in the previous panel. I opted out of that because I recognized almost immediately that some of the stories that would be shared, I would be able to relate to. Indeed, I've experienced all of them. So, there's no point to me to tell my own experience in that event. But I suppose I'll go back to my name. My name, as you see, is Bashir Otukoya, but others who might know me as Omar, or Oman, or Richie, or if you know Facebook, you might see me as Richard Bashir Otukoya. And I want to start with the name, because the name is very important. My Yoruba name is Omoni, which basically means the child of wart. Now, for Irish people back in that time, I don't know if many people can pronounce it now. I'm sure they can. We've heard loads of, monies in the media. White people weren't able to pronounce that name. And so I shortened it for their own benefit. Oman was what my Irish equivalent name was. But of course, my Yoruba counterparts knew me as Omar. That was very difficult for me because, as you could probably imagine, Oman, had very negative connotations. Sometimes even I remember my secondary school teacher in 5th year woodwork class, when we ordered wood for the project, added a W in front of that name. So it read woman, and he even called it out loud so that the rest of my colleagues could laugh at me. That was very difficult for me. It wasn't until I got to college in 2009 that I decided, you know what, I'm just going to use Richie so that I don't have any of those negative connotations. And quickly, I realized, because I became closer to the Black community in college, that, I should be proud of my heritage and my name. Let me take it back a little step. I always tried to be white, okay? Samuel explained earlier on about how he was the only Black, or there was 2 Black persons in his class. I had that same experience. I remember in primary school, I think it was 4th to 5th class, there was another Black person.
Sorry, Bashir, and I know that you have so much to give us.
So much to say,
and
yes.
I'm so sorry that I have to cut in there to say
Absolutely.
that there's so little time you have left. You're kind of racing against time. So if you can just jump straight into it, how to deal with those risks. I mean, there will be more conversations going forward, and you're definitely going to be on the list there.
Absolutely. Thank you for stopping me in my tracks, because obviously this is such a passionate topic that's so hard to kind of get to the main topic. How do I deal with racist incidents? What I want to say to you is, and especially to young Black men, be free to speak out about it. Remember that we are only 1.06% in the Irish population, Black people. And so your voices are already muted. You need to unmute yourself. You need to continue to speak out. Channel your anger. I know it's very easy as Black men to approach discomfort with hostility, violence, and anger. Channel that anger into your voice. Speak out, be it online or in your school or anywhere. Speak out about it. Speak to your parents. It's so important. And I'm so proud that this rally is called Mama, I Can't Breathe. We shouldn't wait till the very last moment of our breaths to shout out, Mama, I need help. We shouldn't wait till the police officer tells us you have one phone call before we tell our mama that, look, I've been arrested. We shouldn't wait till you go home after being sent to school, having engaged in racist incidents, and defending yourself and say, Mama, I've been suspended. Why? Because we are not engaging with our parents. We are not engaging with our friends. We internalize our racism to the extent that sometimes, and even most times, we just neglect it. Most of us have spoken here about, I didn't really speak out about it because, it was just going to be sidetracked. We've had this conversation. In America, we've been having the conversation for over 450 years. through violent protests or even peaceful protests. Nothing is working. But what is working is the continued conversation. And we need to continue those conversations. It's so important. I know we're tired of it, tired of talking. I'm tired of talking. I'm exhausted. But given the opportunity, I will talk for years and years. I'm not going to do that. But what I would like to say is that you do need to speak to your experience, about your experience. I know that spawnart.ie has recently published on LinkedIn that you can contact them if you have any psychological problems in the aftermath of racism that you want to talk about. That's only a new initiative. Perhaps it was always there, but it's only been made aware. Who can we talk to about these issues? I'm not a psychologist, but I did say on Twitter, if you want to talk to me, I know how you're feeling. Let us talk about it. And that is not a medium that is provided to young Black men. We are left in our own little communities, in our own little segregated communities, to deal with our own issues, the rhetoric of shut up. We say that Black lives matter, they tell us shut up, all lives matter. We say we want to protest for change and justice. They say, oh, what about the frontline workers and in light of COVID-19, which, by the way, is, Black people suffer the most deaths. And they tell us to shut up all the time. We write it online of our racist experience. They say, oh, that doesn't happen here in Ireland. Shut up, shut up, shut up. It's always the rhetoric. We report to our school principals, our teachers of a racist incident. Oh, that's just bullying, shut up. We correct our colleagues that, oh, you can't say that. Yeah, but I'm not a racist. That's all the rhetoric of shut up.
What about
Do not be silenced. And I think that's the key takeaway. That's the message I have to share in dealing with the aftermath. Talk to somebody.
It didn't come. Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to be sure.
Sorry, I get really passionate. Sorry.